We are here today at Comic Kingdom with Game 4 of the Green Banner League tournament. I am playing Cody, and we are playing, what is this? It's like Take and Hold on Search and Destroy with GW Terrain Layout 3. There's the battlefield. As for me, you know him, you love him, the Emperor's Children. Bring in the same list I always bring, but let's go over it. We have Fulgrim. We have 2 squads of Chaos Spawn. We have 1 6-man squad of Flawless Blades. We have 3 6-man squads with Lord Cacophonist of Noise Marines, a Mauler Friend, 2 Chaos Rhinos, and 2 squads of Tormentors. We also have Lucius the Eternal. I am playing the Court of the Phoenician. As for my opponent, he is playing a Tyranid invasion fleet, and hopefully he can tell me what everything is as I point to it.
Sure. We've got 1 Norn Emissary, 1 Moloch. It's going to be 3 Zoanthropes with a Nero Tyrant, Nero Lictor, a Hive Tyrant, Screamer Killer, Terrain Effects with Rupture Cannon, Exocrine, a Regular Lictor. We've got those are the 3 Zoanthropes, a Biovore, a Broodlord leading 10 Gene Stealers. Then we've got 2 units of 10 Gargoyles and
looks like some Hormigons.
Hormigons, yeah.
Awesome.
I always mix up the gods.
And I will get back to you after deployment. We have deployment completed. I got Defender and opted to place first because I love me some Infiltrators. So we have a squad of Tormentors infiltrating, a squad of Tormentors infiltrating, Noise Marines with Rhino and Lucius the Eternal over here. We got our Mauler Friend, Fulgrim, another squad of Noise Marines, 1 and 2 units of Chaos Spawn, my Chaos Sorcerer, my 6 Flawless Blades, and Fulgrim. Over to his side, we have our Lictor, we have our, I'm not sure, Neuro Lictor, our Screamer Killer, we got a Brain Bug with friendly Brain Bugs, Exocrine, yep. Tyrannifex, Hive Tyrant, Biovore. We got the Harpies, I don't think they're called Harpies, Gargoyles. We got our Broodlord with our Gene Stealers, our Hormigons, and our Norn. Tyranids won turn 1. They ended up pulling Overwhelming Force and Recover Assets. He moved up with his Norn and his Termagants, removing that squad from there. He also shot the piss out of these guys, removing that squad from there. Fired a Spore Mine right here as a temporary screen, and basically just shuffled everything up for his turn. With the killing of those, he did get 3 points on the Recover Assets and 5 on Overwhelming Force. We are going into Emperor's Children turn 1. In true Emperor's Children fashion, I laid the gas down, moved my squad of Noise Marines and Lucius up, obliterated them in the shooting, failed my charge on him with Lucius, oh well. Moved my Mauler Friend up there, got onto the point for area denial, shot his Spore Mine. Over here was just a bunch of shuffling, got him on the point. Moved Fulgrim up, I whipped the Exocrine, dealing 4 damage, and I completely obliterated the Screamer Killer in melee. That gave me area denial for big, and 1 on Overwhelming Force for 3 points. On to turn 2. The end of Tyranids turn 2, he ended up pulling behind enemy lines and marked for death. I marked some shit he wouldn't be able to get. That Rhino, that squad of Spawn, and that squad of boys. He tried to land a charge against them, couldn't quite make it. And then for behind enemy lines, he put that back there, which got him that. He did notably end up taking out Fulgrim, but that is all right because it drew everything forward. So, on to my turn 2. I sent it on this turn. Over here, I sent Lucius into... Well, let me give you my objectives first. We got no prisoners and recover assets. I recovered with that tank and that squad of spawn. These homeboys came over here, took out that spore mine. They walked over there and chunked up the Mauler Fiend. He bounced against Invols over here. They took a bunch of shots at his Gene Stealers and really mulched the squad. And then all 3 of these put shots into him and fought him, taking him down to 5 wounds. And that scored me 4 points on recover asset, or on no prisoners, and 3 points on recover assets. Going into turn 3. End of Tyranids, turn 3. It was a pretty good turn for him. A lot went down. He ended up pulling Assassination and Cleanse. He fought over here, or he tried to kill Lucius and was unsuccessful in the shooting phase. Lucius smacked him to death in the combat phase. He then exploded, and Lucius did not roll enough Feel No Pains to survive it. So he got Assassination there with that, but the Norn Queen is gone. Over here, he ended up wiping out all of my regular Noise Marines, but the Cacophonist, as per usual, survives. The Mauler Fiend got beated up because, you know, Mauler Fiend. And that's about it. With that, he did score 2 points for Cleanse in that back corner and 5 points for Assassination because Lucius could not make enough Feel No Pains. On to Children, turn 3. I did some stuff this turn. So I pulled Engage in All Fronts and Assassination. My Noise Marines proceeded to blast the ever-loving crap out of that squad, getting the rest of the Gene Stealers and the Broodlord giving me Assassination. Unfortunately, I failed the charge into him, so he is just kind of standing there. He put some shots into them and failed the charge into them. They sat tight, and those guys charged over there, exploding the Spore Mine and dealing 4 damage to the Lictor because they rolled really poor on their attacks. Not on the hits, just the amount. Other than that, we are going to go to turn 4 for the Bugganids. On Tyranids, turn 4, there was some more excitingness. He pulled Engage in All Fronts and Attempting Target. I gave that as my Attempting Target that is completely surrounded by Noise Marine Hell. My poor boys got absolutely clapped at in shooting. I surged into him, stopping him from charging this, keeping him off of that point. I dealt 2 damage to him, but then got absolutely sawed in half for my trouble. And then over here, he was able to finish off that guy exactly, and he did throw a Spore Mine here to get this corner, giving him 3 corners on Engage in All Fronts, but I held him from Attempting Target. He discarded it for a command point. My turn 4. I was able to make up some ground here. I pulled behind enemy lines and defend Stronghold. These guys moved up. Oh, and he Shadow to the Warp my ass, which actually stopped me from getting max primary on this turn, but luckily it's going to be falling off. I moved these Noise Marines up to blast the piss out of his guy in the back. I moved this tank over here to get behind enemy lines. This tank, I was gonna ram him, but he got battle shock, so no ramming there. These guys put a bunch of shots, taking the Tyrant down to 2 wounds, and then both of them still own their objectives at the end. We are going into turn 5 Bugganids. Turn 5 Bugganid recap. He pulled Extend and no prisoners. He actually was able to scrape some points off on this one pretty well. We had a Rhino here, we had a Rhino here, and we had a full squad here, yeah, he shot the piss clean out of me this turn. My explosion did get 1 brain bug in return. That scored him 4 points on no prisoners and 2 points on extend battle lines going into my turn 5. And sabotage. So we got to talking and already started breaking down the field. So I could show you what it looks like, but it is not cognizant of what actually happened. I was one more unit in the middle of him for display of might. My Noise Marines ended up finishing off the Hive Tyrant, who then exploded, dealing damage back to them, but not enough to do anything that mattered. I insane bravaried my one squad of Noise Marines that were closer to me over here to get the max for take and hold on that. And then I was able to pull off one sabotage with that same unit, getting me a minor sabotage, ending the game at 92 to 68. I will say he was an absolute blast to play. Looking forward to seeing him at more events and stuff. A lot of fun, really good league. I'm loving everybody I've fought so far. His Tyranids are brutal. Those 4-up invul saves were beating the tar out of me. A lot of big bugs. Honestly, at the end of the game, he finished probably with triple the points on the table that I had. I was in the right spots. As with my Emperor's Children, usually I was able to hold him into a corner and control the board for the most part. Very, very much like it. And as per usual, my MVP was my Noise Marines. I would say his MVP was his Maliceptor. That thing was ruining my life most of the game. The Haruspe, or the Exocrine, though, could also be considered the MVP. Like, both of those guys really just wrecked my shit. He played a very solid game. Pulling up 68 when I'm able to pull off my strat of pushing him into the corner is no small feat at all. Really look forward to playing him again, and I don't think I'm going to be able to put a video out for my Game 5 because it was a ringer game that I'm pretty sure I've already played. I got to look over my previous matches against Joe.